All right, we're back to the phones, and our next caller's Heather. Hi, Heather.
Hey, Julie.
How are you, girl?
I'm good. Here, let me put you not on speakerphone so we can talk.
I would appreciate that. Yeah, thank you for your patience.
Oh, my pleasure. Happy to be here. I love listening to all that you share. And thank you so much for what you do.
You bet. Where are you located? Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay. Terrific. You got a quick question for me?
I do. I have a question about past life.
Okay. Those are fun.
I have some inkling. I think maybe I might know, but nothing that I have felt very confirmed with. So I was hoping maybe you could check in and perhaps see where I've been, what else I've experienced.
Okay. The way that I do past lives, Heather, is we ask a question because we all live thousands of past lives. So we're not going to live long enough to go through all your past lives. We don't have enough hours in the day. So do you have a question in particular that you want to know about if you have a past life that correlates with something going on in your current life, perhaps?
Yes. So I had a compulsion. I have one tattoo. I had a compulsion to get this particular tattoo. It looks like a quetzal, which is the flag, a national flag for Guatemala. And it's a connection to ancient, I don't know if it's Mayan, Inca. It's way, way back. I think there's like a Quetzalcoatl God at one point. Anyway, I was fascinated as to why I felt compelled to get that tattoo. And perhaps there was a link.
Okay. So how I do past lives, I'm an entrepreneur. So of course I'm going to do it differently than everybody else just because that's just what I do. It's like if somebody has a good idea, I like to tweak it. Can't help myself. Anyway, so I envision myself in this endless hallway, and the ceilings are very tall. It's very narrow, and there are big square mirrors that line the walls vertically and horizontally. And of course, they're perfectly spaced vertically and horizontally because, I probably was potty trained too early. Maybe I'm a little anal, but they're not at haphazard in there. They're lined up perfectly. And so we're going to ask the question. The ones that pertain to that question are going to come out from the wall. And then I'll say, show me the one that correlates the most. And that one will come out the furthest. And then I'm going to envision myself walking into it. And I'll be shown a scene. And we'll be getting the year and all of that. It's almost like the mirrors are on a hydraulic arm, Heather, and they come out from the wall. So does Heather have any past lives that relate to her curiosity about, what do you call it? The quetzal or something?
Quetzal, yeah.
Quetzal, which is on the flag. It's a bird. Okay, I don't know what it was. The quetzal bird. I get a yes. Okay, so there are a bunch of mirrors that have come out from the walls, which means you've had many lifetimes. I mean, there's a bunch of them. All right. So show me the one that correlates the most. Okay. It's way the heck down on the left. The year's 1312. Okay. What I'm seeing are the Mayan ruins, the pyramids that they have in Mexico. And they don't look like the pyramids in Egypt necessarily. They look like they have steps on them almost going up to that. All right. So you kind of look like a goddess kind of a figure. I mean, you're a very beautiful young woman doing that. All right. So what does that have to do with why is she there and what's going on? All right. So you had something to do with the ceremonies that were held there at the Mayan pyramids. I learned recently that there are pyramids all over the world. I thought they were just the Mayans and in Egypt, but they're in all over the place. They're in Bosnia. There are some in America. They're in Hawaii. It's amazing where they all are. So, so you had something to do with that from a ceremonial standpoint. You were somebody that participated and helped facilitate ceremonies, kind of like the magician's assistant. That's what you're reminding me of. The gal that's on stage and she's the magician's assistant. So that's what I'm.
Yes, she gets her legs cut off. Yes.
Yeah. That's right. So yeah, interesting question.
Interesting.
Thanks so much for calling in. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
You bet. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, let's go to Emily next. Hi, Emily. Hi, Emily. Can you hear us?
Hi, can you hear me?
There you are. Yes, ma'am. Where are you? Where are you located?
Great. I am in Eureka, California. It's super northern California.
Yeah, beautiful. Wonderful.
Yeah.
You got a quick question for me? We've just got a couple minutes left. You got a quick question?
I'm so lucky. I've been waiting. I just wanted to ask, about 3 months ago, my dad decided to take his own life. And I was wondering if you could talk to him and ask why, because he didn't tell anyone and we don't understand. Is there any message you could give me or my family?
Yeah, he's standing to your right, Emily. They all come in, when we talk about him, when we think about him, our satellite dish head just connects with his frequency. What was his name, Emily?
Ray.
Ray, what's up with you committing suicide? Was he sick, Emily? He said he found out he had cancer and he didn't want to go through it.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, he had pancreatic cancer years ago, but had it removed.
I think it came back. He found out it came back and he just didn't want anybody he just didn't want to go through it and he didn't want to burden anybody is what he's saying. It was about cancer.
Okay.
He found out he had cancer
really?
and he didn't want to go. He's saying, I didn't want to go through it and I didn't want to burden my family. They know, he's saying they know I love them. I'm around them all the time. You know how to talk to them. You say something to him in your head or aloud. He's going to answer you. It's going to sound like it's your thought that's in your head. He's
just caused so much pain for all of us. I wish he would have done that.
Yeah. So, he thought he was sparing you pain from going through the cancer with him and himself. Okay. Read my book, Angelic Attendants. It'll help you deal with all of the grief.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you bet. That's it for this week. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for listening and sending lots of love from Sweet Home, Alabama. See you next week. Bye, everybody.
Be sure to follow Julie on Instagram and YouTube at Ask Julie Ryan and like her on Facebook at Ask Julie Ryan. To schedule an appointment or submit a question, please visit AskJulieRyan.com.
This show is for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be medical, psychological, financial, or legal advice. Please contact a licensed professional. The Ask Julie Ryan Show, Julie Ryan and all parties involved in producing, recording, and distributing it assume no responsibility for listeners' actions based on any information heard on this or any Ask Julie Ryan shows or podcasts.